Ever feel like you study for hours but remember absolutely nothing the next day? You've been sitting there for hours, eyes locked on your notes, stuffing facts into your brain like a machine. And yet, by tomorrow, it's like none of it ever happened. You highlight, reread, rewrite, repeat, but it still feels like trying to pour water into a cracked glass. And worst of all, you start blaming yourself. Maybe you were just born with a bad memory. Wrong. The problem isn't your brain, it's how you're using it. You're studying the way everyone else does, and honestly, that method doesn't work. You're dumping information into your head with zero structure, zero system, and then acting surprised when it all disappears. Today, that changes. I'm going to reveal to you the 7 brain hacks that transformed my memory into a laser-focused machine. And let me remember more while studying less. 7. Burn your boring notes. Build a brain that thinks. Let's be honest. Your notes aren't helping you. They're dry, disconnected bullet points that your brain skims and forgets. You're not building knowledge. You're building a graveyard of facts. Now imagine this instead. Every idea you learn is connected, alive, constantly evolving. That's the magic of Zettelkasten, a method that doesn't just store information, it transforms how you think. With Zettelkasten, you break information into small, digestible chunks called atomic notes. But here's the twist. Every note links to others. Your notes form a network, not a pile. Your history fact connects to your political science theory. Your psychology insight loops into your economics class. Suddenly, you're seeing patterns. You're not memorizing. You're synthesizing. Your brain loves connections. That's how it naturally remembers. So stop stuffing it with isolated trivia. Build a system where ideas live, interact, and make sense. You don't need prettier notes. You need smarter ones. Forget note-taking. This is thinking in 3D. 6. Snap your brain out of sleep mode. Embrace the weird. Your brain is bored, and bored brains don't learn. You do the same things every day. Wake up, scroll your phone, pretend to study, scroll some more. No wonder nothing sticks. You're running on autopilot, and autopilot doesn't build memory. The fix? Neurobics. Simple, strange brain exercises that jolt your mind awake. Think of it as a cold shower for your neurons. Brush your teeth with your non-dominant hand. Take a new route to class. Write your name with your eyes closed. Eat cereal with chopsticks. Listen to opera while doing math problems. These tiny disruptions confuse your brain in the best way. They force it to pay attention again. They create new neural pathways. And when your brain is alert and surprised, it actually remembers. Learning doesn't happen when your mind is numb. It happens when things feel slightly uncomfortable, unfamiliar, and unpredictable. So, if your memory sucks, maybe it's not that you're dumb. Maybe your brain is just asleep at the wheel. Shake it up, get weird, and watch what happens when your brain finally wakes up. 5. Build a mind palace. And rule your memory like a king. Let's face it, you can't remember the definition of entropy, but you do remember exactly where you hid that last emergency candy bar. Coincidence? Not at all. Your brain is wired to remember places, not plain facts. That's where the memory palace comes in. A time-tested technique used by memory champions, ancient scholars, and yes, even Sherlock Holmes, kind of. The idea? Turn spaces you know, your bedroom, kitchen, even your messy bathroom, into storage rooms for information. Imagine this. Newton's laws stuck to your fridge. French vocabulary scattered across your sofa cushions. The quadratic formula hidden in your shower tiles. The weirder, the better, because the brain loves the absurd. It remembers bizarre visuals far longer than dry text. You're not just studying, you're turning your home into a 3D mental map. Every time you mentally walk through it, you recall the information more vividly and effortlessly. No more blank stares during exams. No more forgetting what you crammed. Your house isn't just where you live. It can be where your memory thrives. So stop memorizing like a machine. Start imagining like a master. 4. Stop studying harder. Start studying smarter with timing. You keep cramming the night before every exam, stuffing your brain like a suitcase 5 minutes before a flight, and then act shocked when you forget everything. It's not your memory that's broken. It's your timing. Your brain isn't built to absorb everything at once. It needs space to breathe. Enter spaced repetition. The gold standard memory technique backed by science and used by top students around the world. Here's how it works. Learn something today. Review it tomorrow. Then again in 3 days, a week, a month. Each time you almost forget, your brain has to work a little harder to pull it back. And that struggle? That's what locks it in. It's like strength training for your memory. Not endless repetition, but strategic recall. And let's be honest, you're not going to remember those perfect review intervals on your own. That's where apps like Anki and Quizlet save the day. They do the timing for you, so you can focus on learning, not planning. You don't need longer study sessions. You need smarter intervals. Learn it. Space it. Lock it in. 3. Think you've got it. Prove it. Explain it like you're talking to a kid. You've read the chapter 3 times. You highlighted the whole page. So, you must understand it, right? Not so fast. Recognizing words isn't the same as understanding them. It's like watching someone juggle and thinking you can do it too, until the moment you try. That's why the Feynman Technique is a game changer. It forces your brain to move from passive reading to active thinking. Here's how it works. Take the topic you're learning and try to explain it out loud, as if you were teaching it to a 5-year-old. Simple words, no jargon, no buzzwords to hide behind. If you struggle, perfect. That's your brain saying, hey, we don't actually get this part. And that's exactly where you need to focus. The goal isn't to repeat what the book says. The goal is to translate knowledge into clarity. Once you can explain something simply, you know it deeply. And if you can't, good. You've just found a crack in your understanding, and now you can fix it. So grab a mirror, a pet, or your little cousin. Start talking. Make your brain do the work it's been avoiding. Understanding starts when you stop pretending. 2. Stop avoiding the mirror. Test yourself relentlessly. You can read for hours. Watch lectures. Take notes like a machine. But if you're not testing yourself, you're not really learning. You're just fooling yourself. Studying without testing is like training for a marathon by watching people run. You think you're getting better, but when exam day hits, your brain freezes. Why? Because you never practiced retrieving information. That's the missing piece. Retrieval practice. Flashcards, mini quizzes, practice exams, asking, what can I remember right now without looking? It's not just a review, it's a workout for your brain. And here's the twist. Messing up is part of the process. Every mistake isn't a sign of failure. It's a mental flag that says, pay attention here. Errors actually strengthen memory more than passive rereading ever will. So stop running from your gaps. Hunt them down. Test yourself until you trip, fall, and stand back up smarter. Because real learning happens not when you feel confident, but when you confront what you don't know, and keep going anyway. 1. Before you sleep. Feed your brain, not your feed. You're lying in bed, phone in hand, eyes glazed over as you scroll through one meaningless reel after another. Then you close your eyes, filled with guilt, thinking, I should have reviewed something tonight. But sleep takes over, and the knowledge? Gone. Let's change that. All it takes is 5 intentional minutes before bed. Not an hour, not a cram session, just a quick mental check-in. Glance through your notes. Flip through a few flashcards. Summarize your key takeaways out loud like a bedtime story for your brain. Why? Because your brain doesn't clock out when you sleep. It works the night shift, organizing memories, reinforcing connections, locking in what matters. And what you focus on right before bed? That's what it prioritizes. This isn't another study harder tip. It's effortless, no stress, no pressure, just a small, powerful routine that quietly transforms how well you remember and how confidently you wake up tomorrow. So tonight, before the scroll trap catches you again, try this. Close your apps, open your mind, and give your brain something worth dreaming about. Bottom line, don't blame your memory, fix your method. I used these exact strategies to earn one of only 12 spots in the top university in Latin America, with no tutor, no rich parent, and no miracle course. Now, students worldwide are using this system to study 80% less and get better results. You've wasted enough time. This is your turning point. If not now, when?